Welcome to part 5 of our Pro V2 user tutorial series. In this video we're going to cover the utility software. Now, your software could look a little bit different than this version, but the functionality should still be pretty similar if not the same. This is the configuration screen. It's the first of 3 screens you'll see when you plug the unit into the computer. And I'll show you step by step how to do that after I give you the orientation to the software itself. Now, on this screen you have a lot of different things that you can turn on and off. You can turn on or off the strobe light, the siren, the laser spotter, the audio recording feature, and the imager or the camera. You can also adjust the speaker volume here, and that's the speaker volume for what's coming out of the unit when you're in that two-way call. If you ever get feedback on that, try adjusting the Bluetooth volume on your cell phone as well. You can also choose if you want to do 1, 2, or 3 photos per second when you have the imager activated. You can also sync your clock to the local time just to make sure that your unit and the software is on the same page in terms of time in case you ever need it for evidence. There's also a manufacturer restore button. Now, one item to note that's of significant importance, and I've blown it up here on the screen, is the call-out number in the configuration part of the software. The call-out number will be preset to sort of a default number, and so when you call that, there won't be anybody to physically answer the call. If you want to change that number, you just need to input that number, no spaces, no dash, no parentheses, up in the call-out number part of the configuration software. If you leave this blank, it will disable the call-out feature that happens automatically at level 2 or manually at level 1. Now, we don't recommend that you put 911 in there as an emergency number. Part of the reason is because as you familiarize yourself with the unit, chances are you're going to activate it at some point at a level 2, just to sort of feel what it's all about. If you do that, your phone, if properly paired, will dial out to 911, and as we know, doing that without a true emergency is not a good idea. So we would recommend maybe considering an emergency contact number, perhaps a family member, friend, somebody like that. If you do choose to put 911 in there, just be aware of the risks associated with that. One of the other features of the software is called the event log. Now, the event log tells you everything that the unit has gone through, including sort of health checks, making sure that things are shown as okay in terms of the codecs and some of the software behind it. But it also tells you when you pulled the trigger, when you armed the device, when you disarmed the device, when you did a half trigger pull, a full trigger pull, things like that. You're going to have the ability to save it to your computer and also print out the event log if you need it. And finally, you'll be able to clear it from the device. This, the incident data, is what will eat up the most memory of that 4 gig memory card on the device. This is where all of the pictures and the audio clips would be stored. And so you have the ability to download that to your computer, and when you do download it, it'll automatically erase it from the unit, so it'll free up that memory space again. So that's a brief orientation to the software. Let me show you the steps you need to go through to actually plug the unit into your computer. Now, in order to connect the device to the computer, there's a couple things that you have to remember. One is the unit must be powered off, and the battery must be removed. And if you have a canister in there, you want to remove that as well. So basically, an empty unit with the power off. The next step is you're going to attach the USB cable to the USB port on your computer. Once you do that, you want to make sure that you ground this wire, and it's just a safety thing, it's just a good idea in general. And then you just do that by touching your finger to the tip of the mini USB port there. On the unit, you'll want to peel that piece forward, and then go ahead and plug in to the unit. Once you do that, go ahead and turn the power to the unit on. You might hear an audible notification on your computer. You should see these lights on the Pro V2 light up, and then you'll just need to go ahead and launch the software on your computer. Now, you'll need an internet connection likely to do that, but that's how you access the screenshots that I showed you before. When you're done, you configure your device or you save your configuration. All you need to do is power off your unit and unplug from the unit itself. Now you can go ahead and reinstall your canister and your battery, and you're ready to go.